Hey y'all, thanks for joining us again this evening. Tonight we're gonna break out the shoes and go over some wrestling specific techniques. This is gonna be stuff that you have to get really, really good at before you can even start thinking about taking anybody down. This is day one stuff, so before we get into that, we're gonna go into our warm up. We're gonna focus on a lot of neck strength and core strength today, both two really important components of wrestling. So let's get to it. You guys are gonna get on your backs. Feet are gonna be flat on the floor. You're gonna lift your head up and you're gonna reach through underneath one leg and touch the ankle of the other leg. Both legs is one, and you're going to keep that up for 1 minute. From the back, head up nice and high, hands up, reaching through. All right, next. You're gonna bring your butt nice and close to your feet, and you're gonna reach up, bridge, come over your shoulder, using your shoulder and your neck, and reaching across your body, coming back. That's one. Try and get up off those heels and up onto those toes. Keep that up for 1 minute. All right, your next exercise, you're gonna clasp your hands and you're gonna put the back of your head on the mat and you're gonna come up and bridge and come down. Up and bridge and come down. Side. Good. 1 minute. After that, you're going to make your legs straight, reaching up to grab your toes. Jackknife. One minute. Next, you're going to clasp your hands. Feet are going to be square underneath you, stepping back, dropping, not letting the knee touch. Step back lunges. 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, finish the last 30, jump lunges. Working really hard to keep your back as straight as possible. 30 seconds step back, 30 seconds jump. Next, you're gonna get wide. Back is gonna stay straight, touching the palms, coming up. Sumo squats. One minute. After you're done with that, grab some water, come on back. All right guys, the first thing we're gonna focus on is our stance. The absolute most important aspect of wrestling, we don't wanna be square. We wanna have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We want our knees under our shoulders, right? We don't wanna be too narrow. And we wanna make sure we're sitting. Our elbows are tucked in and our hands are close. Our head is up and our shoulders are coming up to support the neck, all right? When I reach, I never wanna reach this way. I always wanna reach straight, no gorilla reaching, right? You're gonna give up underhooks, you're gonna give up takedowns that way, right? So when you're moving around, everything is tight, reaching forward. You're changing your level by dropping everything. This is not a level change, right? This is a level change, moving nice and light on your feet, stutter stepping forward so that way you can fake your shot, which we'll be going over, moving, keeping everything low. If you're comfortable switching stances, never crossing our feet, never getting parallel, never getting narrow, never being here. Always here, always here. Level changing, moving your head, reaching, stance, moving nice and low. You're gonna start feeling really tired after about 30, 40 seconds if you're not used to this. You're just moving around. All right, I want you guys to move around 2 minutes, all right? Try and maintain that stance. Try and be nice and low. When we get here and we start wrestling here, we're gonna get snapped down. We're gonna get taken down nice and easy. We're gonna have our butt underneath our shoulders. Here, moving. Changing levels, stutter stepping, reaching, moving the head. 2 minutes, moving in your stance. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna go over is our penetration step. This is the absolute most important part of getting in on a person. You have to be able to do this properly to be able to get single legs, double legs, outside singles, low singles. Every kind of offense is basically based off of that penetration step when I'm shooting in from a distance. All right, so I'm in my stance. When I'm doing my penetration step, a lot of people will just drop this knee and come up. I don't want to do that. I'm not getting any penetration with that. I'm not breaking through my opponent's hips. So what I want to do is change my level, keeping everything tight, taking a step forward. And as I step forward, that's when I'm reaching forward, dropping my front knee, bringing my back knee up, and stepping up into my stance. All right, we're going to go over that again. I'm in my stance. I'm moving. I'm changing my levels. I'm stutter stepping. This way I can fake my opponent out. Changing my level. Stepping forward, reaching, stepping up, coming through to my stance. From the other side, changing levels, reaching, stutter stepping, moving around, cutting angles, changing my level, stepping, dropping to the front knee, picking up the back leg, stepping through into my stance. Drop, step, penetration step. One minute straight, guys. All right, guys, our next movement is gonna be our sprawl. The sprawl is the defense to the penetration step. If somebody shoots in on you too far away, you wanna be able to sprawl effectively to break them down and try and get behind. All right, so when you're in your stance, you're gonna drop, you're gonna let your hands and your chest hit the mat first, hips come up, the lead leg hip is gonna hit the mat, and you're gonna push yourself back up. Again, you're wrestling, the person shoots on you, use their penetration step, dropping to one hip, popping back up. Moving around. One minute straight, guys. Guys, the next movement we're gonna go over is the down block. If I can't sprawl fast enough, I wanna use the down block. A lot of times people will just drop down, put their hand down, and lift up their back leg. This is not a down block. People are gonna be shooting for your lead leg. They're not really gonna be shooting for your back leg. They're not gonna win that race. All right, so when you down block, make sure you're lifting your front leg back and you're dropping your front hand down to replace it. All right, moving around, the person shoots, down block. Moving around, the person shoots on my front leg, down block, coming back up and recover. Moving, down block. Moving, down block. All right, 1 minute straight. All right, guys, the next move we're gonna go over is our scoot. All right, when I'm in my stance, I wanna be able to cut angles and avoid shots as well at the same time. All right, so I'm gonna be dropping down, changing my level, putting my hands on the mat, scooting towards my back leg to avoid the shot on the front leg. This is usually gonna result in you switching your stance. Stay there, start to get used to moving both ways, being ambidextrous. All right, I've been showing everything one way so that you guys can get used to it. The scoot is naturally gonna pull you into your opposite stance. So you're dropping your hands, making sure your butt is underneath your head, scooting around nice and light. Moving, keeping a nice low stance, scooting. 1 minute. All right, guys, I know at this point you're starting to feel a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued. That means you're doing it right. Now we're gonna put everything together. So you're gonna be in your stance, you're gonna tie all the movements together. Your scoots, your shots, your down block, your sprawls, moving around, shooting, sprawl. And you want to keep that up for 2 minutes if you can. Moving quickly, keeping everything fluid, moving around, breathing, putting everything into this last drill. 2 minutes straight. Thanks for joining us, guys.